This is Submarine Talks Going Deep.
So we have a lot of tough choices in life as we venture through life and get older and start becoming wiser in our age and deciding what things we should and shouldn't do. I know you've made a lot of tough choices in your life.
Oh, thanks, bro.
I mean, you had to decide whether or not you should shower today, so
I didn't have time, so it was either, be productive or, succumb to the leisures of a good warm shower.
Who needs a shower every day other than me? I'm kind of a showerholic. I'm addicted to showering.
So,
yeah.
Would you rather be clean or smell your asshole all day? I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's an easy one. That wasn't really too much of an option there.
Yeah, that's not a good one, huh?
But I mean, we make tough decisions every day, and we have to live with those decisions. And looking back on our younger years, we can probably say that we made some pretty poor decisions in our life, and some of them maybe we're proud of. I don't know. Have you made any decisions that you're really proud of? You can look back and say, I'm really proud that I made that decision.
I mean, not really. Only most recently have I been better at allocating my resources and making better decisions.
Yeah.
Because more beneficial to my health and my space.
You've learned from your mistakes in the past.
I had to.
And that's part of maturing and becoming older and wiser.
Most of the decisions, weren't for what's best for me. It would be what's best for right now.
Yeah.
How can we get fucked up faster?
Yeah.
How can I get,
at a younger age where we were way more impulsive, I think, in our younger ages. So yeah, I can't really speak to any decisions I've made that I'm 100% proud of, other than committing to certain things, committing to college.
I don't think I've made too many tough decisions.
Getting a degree, that was probably a tough one. Do I want to spend $30,000 to get a degree, or do I want to just assume I'm going to be okay getting jobs the rest of my life? That was kind of, I don't know if we're talking about decisions. That was kind of I don't know if I'm too happy with that one, because I still owe a lot of money on my student loans, but at the same time, it's like I got a piece of paper, so there you go.
Yeah, how much did you have to weigh it out at the time you were thinking about it?
I was impulsive about it. I was young and I was all about it, and I said, this is going to pay for itself. Just going to college and getting a degree, it's gonna pay for itself.
As opposed to what?
As opposed to not doing that and just winging it.
So that's not a tough decision.
It kind of was, because it's a lot of money up at front that you don't really have. So I mean, to sit there and say you're going to be paying for the next 30, 40 years of your life on a student loan, it's kind of a tough decision. I made it really, really impulsively, and
I guess that's where I've only been faced with trying to make better decisions.
Yeah.
Recently, just in the sense that it's not what's best for you right now may not be the best for you in the future.
Yeah.
And that comes with age.
That
right?
does come with age, because when we're younger, what are we deciding on when we're at the clubs?
I want it right now.
Do I go over there and drop another $100 on shots for me and my friends and let's all get fucked up?
Or do I pay the rent at the end of the week?
Or do I worry about the rent and worry about groceries?
Nope.
We're
getting fucked up, buddy.
Those are the decisions that we make when we're younger, and now that we're getting older and wiser, we kind of
and those same decisions, they get harder now with our age and our insight that we have,
because we have less time here on the earth, and then each decision we make is a little bit more.
Back then, we would make terrible decisions, but I don't think they were that hard for us to make that decision. Like you said, we're impulsive,
and we figure we're invincible as well.
We don't really have to weigh it out that much. It's just now we actually think into it.
Yeah.
Is this gonna set me back fucking 10 more years?
Yeah.
Is this gonna set me back?
Yeah, and sometimes the small decisions now we think on them a lot longer than we probably should. We mold them over a little bit longer than.
I think getting in this fucking submarine was one of the toughest decisions I've made in probably my whole life. Is to leave everything and get in the fucking submarine and just see where it takes us.
Well, I mean, we're not qualified by any standard to operate the machinery.
Hell no.
I mean, it's just live and learn, just go for it sometimes and, shoot your shot. And
it's a tough one. Either take the easy way out and take your guaranteed place where everything's going to be smooth and everything will go the way that you want it to be, or you take the chance of something that might be fucking great and might benefit you to the fullest, and that's a tough decision for anybody.
Yeah, you got to risk it all sometimes.
You got to risk it for the biscuit. You got to jump off that cliff before you learn to fly.
You got to listen. You got to listen to your heart. Sometimes your heart will take you in the direction that isn't. Your brain is telling you to go in a different direction. But
don't listen to your pee-pee.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, that's something comes with age, and it's it's hard not to listen to that guy because it's pretty loud sometimes.
That's the boss.
He tries to boss us around, but
El comandante.
Yeah, he's the commander in chief. So. But yeah, so we make some pretty stupid decisions in our life, and I mean, I'm proud to say that both of us we're not in prison, we're not incarcerated, we haven't murdered anyone, we haven't I mean, to this day and age, we've made some stupid decisions, but I don't think we've done anything that we regret to the full extent that some people probably are sitting in prison right now. Every single day they're tallying up every day, every day that goes by, they put a little check on their wall and they say, I probably shouldn't have acted so impulsively and I probably shouldn't have let my anger get the best of me,
That's a tough way to learn a lesson right there.
You're sitting there in a 5x5 cell. You don't see any sunlight and you're just sitting there thinking about your past decisions and how they kind of just affected your entire future, and that's your life from now on. So yeah, man, choices. We make choices and we have to live with them, and it's good to know that we're not in that situation, and we get older every day and we get a little bit wiser.
So we must have made a good decision for us to be here now.
Yeah, I mean, we're here, we're trying to motivate and inspire to some effect, people to get out there and do what their heart desires and get out there and stop being afraid to just fulfill your life's purpose.
Do it. Don't take the easy way out. Don't do the easy thing because it's easy and that's what everyone thinks you should do, or it's what you're meant for and it's just easy. Figure out the tough shit, the hard stuff, to walk away from that life and do it on your own. You got to find a way. You got to find a way to do things that you want to do.
One opportunity at this life in this time frame. I mean, maybe
you only have so many years.
Reincarnation, right? Is that the right word?
I mean, if you want to go back to jail, then yeah.
wait, what word am I looking for? I just totally lost it. Reincarnation, reincarnate. Reincarnation is when you get reborn. Not reincarnation is when you go back to jail.
Don't be reincarnated.
I got those two confused.
Incarcerated.
So, you only get one opportunity at this life, in this particular time frame, and 50, 60, 70 years, 80 years if you're lucky. So don't spend that time just sitting there being regretful and about your decisions that you've made and what you could have done. Go out there and do it, and live your life to the fullest, and don't be afraid to make mistakes, right? Because we all make mistakes, but
don't be afraid to fail.
Acknowledge when you make mistakes and go on a better path, and
it's okay to fail as long as you learn from it. Then it's never a failure. It's just a learning experience.
Yeah, we've all learned from our. Well, I mean, some people don't, but I think for the most part, I've learned from a lot of my stupid decisions I've made impulsively over the past, and
that's experience.
Yeah. So I mean, getting wiser and stuff. And on that note, a little game that we're gonna play, me and Tim. We're going to play this, Would You Rather is kind of a cool thing that, you play in, drinking games or, when you're in school and just kind of.
Drinking in school?
Well.
That's a school that we went to, huh?
I would go to school with my vodka and my water bottle. It'd be low key, so that was a different, was one of those things I regret. I should have paid more attention in school.
Man,
so.
Come on. Those are good
but
times,
I'm wiser
buddy.
now, so. But we're going to play this game. It's a would you rather. Basically, you're encountering two situations and you have to decide between one or the other, and then kind of justify our decision here. Just kind of as a valuation of our personality and our character. So we're gonna kind of go back and forth and see where we get, and kind of evaluate the psychotic mind behind the voices that you're hearing both myself and Tim. The first one I got here on this would you rather quiz for Tim, the question I'm going to ask you. This is a pretty common one. Would you rather be invisible or be able to fly? It's a good one, huh?
Do I just shoot from the hip, or do I have to weigh these out?
Go with your instinct. I mean, go with your instinct. I guess you can logically weigh them out, but what would benefit you more?
I think invisibility.
You would prefer to be invisible as opposed to being able to fly?
Yeah, I mean, because
why?
To me, if I could fly, that just means that I could get the fuck out of here anytime and I can go any place. But it doesn't mean that I could do anything as extensive as if I was invisible. If I was invisible, you know, you could have anything you want. You could walk into a bank vault and walk out. Nobody would ever see you. But if I could fly, I'd have to still come up with a plan to rob the bank, get outside where I could fly off and go somewhere else, and they'd know me by then. They'd know that I could fly. They'd be on to me.
So we're talking about life choices and be motivational. And the first one you go to is robbing a bank.
What else am I gonna do with superpowers?
Well, what are you
bro?
gonna do with what?
I'm gonna help people with it.
So
right?
what else are you gonna do with being invisible though?
Okay,
that's okay. So that's logical. I agree with you.
You could do a lot more.
What's another thing you would do if you were invisible?
If I were invisible,
yeah,
maybe. So I guess it sounds shitty, and I'm not being cheesy by saying it, but I think that I would be in a position to be more helpful or useful to society or people if I was invisible as opposed to flying. Because what can I do if I'm trying to help people and all I could do is fly? You know, I could still only carry so much weight. I still gotta eat. I still gotta fucking. You know, all I could do is fly. Like, what do I got? I gotta figure out how to turn myself into some kind of sideshow so I can make money and all that stuff. But if I was invisible, I could just steal from the rich and give to the poor.
So pretty
much in that sense. That's
another situation. So being invisible would benefit you because you could just. I mean, what's another situation you can think of that it would benefit you to be invisible? Aside from robbing a bank,
I could learn. I mean, you could have the knowledge of like. You know, I could walk into a fucking Pentagon top secret meeting and just sit in on that shit and listen to what they're talking about.
So you can just like
figure stuff out,
roll up on top secret information.
Yeah, I could stop a nuclear war by sitting in a Pentagon meeting. They're about to pull the trigger, and then I could, walk into the missile silos and shut it down.
That's a good one.
Do shit like that, But if I could fly, I would have to come up with some kind of crazy ass plan to get all that stuff done.
So the personal benefit of being able to just take off like a bird or Superman, just fly anywhere you want, wouldn't outweigh the benefits you feel to be able to just become invisible and not seen.
No, because if I was invisible, I could just take a plane, buddy.
What else? Can you think of anything else you would do if you were invisible?
Besides stealing shit?
Besides stealing information or money?
Dude, I mean, that's the key to life in this fucking realm, right? On this earth is everything costs money. And I don't know, just like I said, I would use it for sure to help somebody, take information and give it to the people. But I'm thinking about flying. Like, what would I do if I was flying? What could I do if I could fly? Like, that just means I could get the fuck out of here real quick.
Flying is just pretty awesome. That's just
it's gotta feel cool.
Amazing,
gotta feel cool as shit.
Amazing ability to fly across the gift of flight,
fly across the ocean.
But yeah, you can't really do much other than just transporting yourself or other people from point A to point B. So I don't know. That's more of I guess invisibility would be pretty cool. But on the point where you said where you would steal shit, if you're invisible, if you're taking money from a bank vault, the money is still visible. So people are going to see money floating through the air. And, so you wouldn't really be able to take any material possession from point A to point B. But, like you said, you would be able to get knowledge on stuff. You can go into meetings or you can sneak in places and people wouldn't know you were there, kind of. Just a ghost.
I'm all about helping people.
It's good. That's good, man.
Stealing from the rich and giving to the poor.
You got a good heart. You're like Robin Hood.
I mean, that's all I could think of.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad to know that your mind is in the right place. You want to help people with that. So, all right. Well, we got that one taken care of.
Okay, I got one for you.
Lay it on me, my guy.
All right. Would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to shout?
That's a bad one.
I know, that's terrible.
Only be able those are both bad ones. Those are both negatives. If I was only able to whisper or only able to shout, I would definitely go with whispering. There's no benefit to only being able to shout. I would annoy the crap out of people if I was just shouting at them all the time. I would prefer to be soft spoken than to be sitting there shouting all the time. I would get kicked out of places. I would annoy my friends. I wouldn't be able to find a partner in life. If I was only able to whisper, people would probably get a little bit annoyed. Like, oh, what did you say? Is it whispering? That guy's talking shit. It's like, oh, is this ASMR? Is he whispering? So I mean, yeah, that's kind of, both of them are bad, but that's an easy one. I would prefer to only be able to whisper. I don't think we need to really go in too deep on that one. That one's kind of stupid.
That one's silly.
Yeah, that one's a little bit silly. All right, my turn. Oh, this is a good one. This is a great one. Would you rather know when you are going to die, or would you rather know how you are going to die?
Oh shit.
When or how?
I would take when.
You would prefer to know the exact date and time?
Yeah.
As opposed to knowing how you're going to die?
Yeah.
You're sure?
Yeah. Because if you knew how you were going to die, someone just said you were going to get hit by a bus, you could live how many fucking years just in fear of getting hit by a bus, and you just knew that shit was coming.
It's
and
paranoia.
It could happen when you're 95 years old,
and or tomorrow.
It's going to give you, yeah, but you don't know that. You only know how it's going to happen. So as soon as you learn how you're going to die, that shit's in the back of your mind for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Whereas if I know when I'm going to die, at least I could have a fucking party or something.
So if they said it's going to be in 20 days, you would prefer to know that?
Yeah.
I think I agree with you on that your logic, kind of persuaded me there. Because you're going to be paranoid if they tell you like, oh, you're going to die of suffocation, or you're going to burn, or so I guess. And
then you can't control the outcome. Like if someone's like, you're going to die in a plane crash, and then you just are like, fuck that, I'll just never get on a plane.
Yeah, that's true. So,
but then, you're just going to be in fear the whole rest of your life, never knowing when it's going to come.
That's kind of a benefit too. If you knew the exact date and time that you were going to pass away, you can kind of plan your life methodically. You can sit there and you can sketch every day out and say, look, I have this much time. I need to invest this much money. I need to start a family. I need to do this. I need to apologize to these people. I need to go and confess my sins. You just kind of live a better life. So I agree with you on that one. It's a good one.
All right, here's one. Would you rather never be able to open your mouth or never be able to close your eyes?
Why am I getting all the jacked up ones?
So you can't open your mouth, or you can never close your eyes.
Wait, what? Wait, I can never open my mouth or never close my eyes? Like I couldn't sleep?
Yeah, so your mouth is always shut or your eyes are always open. So I'm assuming you don't have to eat?
Well, I'm still going to be human, I think, on the basis of these questions. I'm still human. So
yeah, if you can't open your mouth, you'll die.
But if I can't close my eyes, I can't sleep, and you need to sleep. Well, I guess I could tape something over my eyes, but still, that's weird.
Cover them up. You make some like like Cyclops from the X-Men. He had those glasses. Make some glasses.
I'm gonna say probably. I mean, the obvious one is probably never be able to close my eyes, because if I would never be able to open my mouth, how could I eat? I would have to be fed intravenously. Like I'd have to get nourishment through an IV.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to enjoy the taste of food. I wouldn't be able to enjoy the taste of a lover's lips. I wouldn't be able to enjoy. Yeah, I would definitely prefer to just not be able to close my eyes and just put a mask on when I need to sleep. I mean, and then as long as my eyes aren't getting all dried out, but if I'm still human, my eyes are going to get dry if I'm not blinking, right? So I guess I would prefer, I'd prefer to just not be able to close my eyes.
Yeah, and even if
I still survive.
Yeah, even if you could survive without opening your mouth, what do you got to eat through your fucking nose?
Yeah.
Or shove food up your ass?
No way, man. I have to open my mouth. And then you can't talk, you can't sing, you can't express yourself.
You can still play guitar.
I mean, yeah, but
you can still blink Morse code. But yeah, you're right. Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. That's how people should just live their lives.
Yeah, that's pretty dark. I think that's a pretty dark. I'm getting all the dark ones. I mean, yours are.
You want to switch? You want to switch and just take the next one?
No. We're gonna keep going. All right. This one's pretty light. Oh, this one. Yeah, this one's pretty light. All right. Would you rather marry a complete stranger or be forced to have sex with one? What? Come on. Would you rather marry a complete stranger or be forced to have sex with one? Come on. That's obvious.
Like blind date status?
That's obvious. I don't even know why that's a question, but go ahead.
Like blind date status?
It's would you rather marry a complete stranger, just someone you don't know, or would you rather have sex with someone you don't know? I mean, that's kind of modern day. I guess. I don't know. I guess the situation is someone just shows up at your door.
I don't get to choose.
No, there's someone just shows up at your door and you have to have intercourse with them. So that's the two options. You either marry them, but if you marry them, you're going to have to intercourse with them, right? Generally, goes with marriage.
I don't know. I mean,
I guess you can reject the intercourse.
Yeah, I guess I only have to marry them and then we can get divorced like that night, you know?
Yeah. So what would you choose? To have sex with them, just a random stranger, or would you prefer to marry him? We didn't write these questions, by the way. They're pulling this from a website.
I think I'm just so I'm fucking just so against the idea of marriage, especially to a stranger, that I would probably just, fuck a random person,
even if that person is not your ideal candidate.
I mean, I would just say, for cheaters' sake, I would just marry them and then get divorced that night or something, and then, challenge accepted, challenge over, But if it's in the sense where I gotta stay married to them, then yeah, I guess I would think further into it that eventually, unless I'm cheating on them, you would have to have some kind of, sexual relationship with that person.
So you'd rather do the one night stand with a stranger?
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Probably do the one night stand.
Yeah, because you're not going to just marry someone you don't know.
Yeah, and fuck that. What if that causes all kinds of troubles.
Because it's just one night as opposed to the rest of your life. If you're stuck with them, you can't get a divorce, so that's a pretty obvious one. I don't know. I don't know too many people that would want to just marry someone they don't know as opposed to just having intercourse with them one night.
Unless you marry them and then fucking divorce them.
Like it could be quick. You can make it really quick, It doesn't even have to be long. You just make it really quick. You just imagine someone that you're really into.
Or we've talked about it before, like marrying someone for their green card.
Yeah.
That's like that idea. Like that's a stranger and you're getting married to them and you don't know. So
but you probably do some research beforehand. At least you get some background information, photos, or you kind of meet them a couple times.
Then they're not a stranger.
Yeah, I guess. So, well, I don't know. I'm with you on that one.
So yeah, that's kind of I'm like, 60-40, and I'll take being forced to have sex. I guess I'm being forced.
Yeah. If it's a forced thing, it's just
if you have to be forced, then that means that they're probably not all that attractive.
Yeah.
Hold on, I didn't read the fine.
Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of the implication is they're probably not someone you're into.
If you're being forced, then you're not into it at all.
You're not into it at all, no. But it's either that or marry them.
But you're not,
I mean, if you marry them, you can say, I'm never having sex with you. We're married, but I'm never going to have sex with you.
Yeah.
As opposed to doing it for one night. So, I mean, you can just get blasted.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll suck it up.
100%. You can just forget everything,
Yep.
Bunch of tequila shots and you're just done with.
Sailor Jerry's to the dome.
So, all right. Well, that makes sense.
So let's go have sex with strangers.
Well, I mean, if the gods, the gods brought that to the table. So
sounds cool.
Yeah, well,
I'm into it.
I don't know. Marriage is forever, man. In the house, in the eyes of God.
Oh yeah,
marriage is forever.
Okay. Okay, I don't even know what this. Even know what this word is.
Yeah, we should probably skip this one because this one I think applies to people in a different country.
Okay.
These questions, man. These questions. I think these questions are coerced to persuading. I think number 7. Should we skip number 7 as well? Because this applies to a woman.
No, gee whiz. Well, I don't
know.
Dark.
I mean, let's skip number 7 as well.
I mean, I'll answer it. No.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Actually, I read it wrong, but yeah, we can skip that.
All right, go to number 8. This is still pretty dark, but we should have probably wrote our own questions. I think.
Gee whiz, bro. Okay.
Pretty dark. It's taking a turn for the.
Well, I think I could answer this one for you, but
right.
Here you go.
Lay it on me.
All right. Would you rather?
Yeah.
Suffer genital mutation. Oh, mutilation.
Mutation.
Mutilation. Suffer a genital mutilation.
Uh-huh.
Or never see any of your family again.
Dude, that is so dark.
So either you put your balls in the fucking blender or
so dark.
Or you never fucking see your family again.
That's some Saw type stuff. Saw 9. That's the theme of Saw 9.
I mean, you could just never see your family again and still have your genitals, and you can make your own family.
Would I rather suffer genital mutilation or never see any of my family again? Well, I mean,
in some countries they'll do both to you.
I mean, what is the extent of the mutilation? Is it just a little bit of a cut? Am I just cutting myself?
No, I would assume that the word, mutilation meant that it's fucking,
something is getting chopped off,
or it's no longer operable. No longer in operation. It's no.
I'm gonna be honest with you, 100%. I love my family to death, and the thought of never seeing them again is just completely depressing. But I think if I were to live a life where I wouldn't have my genitalia or it was mutilated in some way where I couldn't use it, that would just be... Well, it says never see any of your family again. So if I'm going to be technical about this, it says never see. So I could still technically call them. Right?
Yeah,
so I'm going to just go with never see any of them again. So maybe I can phone them or we can write each other. That's kind of the selfish option, and that's kind of the coward's way out. But yeah, man, I mean, no, I don't want to get genitally mutilated. I don't want to mutilate my genitals. That's I'm sorry if I'm a punk and I'm going the coward's way out, but I think my family would understand.
You'd be like, they were gonna take my balls.
I mean, I don't know if
they're gonna put my dick in a meat grinder.
Okay, well, if we're gonna go into detail on it, if they're just taking my testicles, if they're taking those and removing those, I mean, I would prefer. That's fine. Like, I can go without those, and I would rather see my family. But if we're talking about removing the extension of my manhood, removing it completely, or mutilating it so it's not functional, I'm gonna have to opt out of that. So, yeah, man, that's dark. It's really dark.
I'm gonna call my mom.
Oh man, yeah. Appreciate your family while they're here, man. Jeez, that just dampened my mood. All right, so it's my turn. So I'm gonna go. This one's a little bit lighter. This one seems a little bit lighter. Would you rather explore space or explore the deep sea? I mean, we're already kind of on the deep sea, but saying that we're not already in a submarine exploring the deep sea, would you rather be in space or be in the deep sea? That's a little bit lighter, I think. This one's from BuzzFeed, for those of you who are wondering.
I would say I'd explore the deep sea, just because there's life down there. We know that there's life down there. There's shit to look at. Doesn't seem as boring. I guess it'd be the same. You'd be like restricted, almost the same as if you were just in a vessel in space. It's not like you can go out, but if you're in space, all you could, I mean, I don't know, dude. Yeah, I would go to space. I go to deep sea.
Really?
You know, I'd like to go to space and just see what's up there and just experience it. But the fact that there's nothing really there waiting for me, you know,
you're sure, 100%. That's
my choice. My choice is to go to deep sea.
Deep sea, like where the Titanic is sunk.
Yeah. See, I can go look at that shit. I can go look at some weird ass fish. I know that there's something down there for me to see, for me to study. I know that there's a weird fucking fish that I could name after me. Maybe
as
find some
opposed
treasure.
To being in outer space, deep space, and seeing stars and seeing planets and seeing comets maybe fly by. And
how close can you look at them?
I mean, you're in deep space. So as deep as you want to go, you're out there where people have never seen before.
But we're already in deep space.
We're on
the surface of the Earth. We're in deep space. You can see stars.
We're in a portion of the Milky Way galaxy. But if you were to take a ship and fly out to deep space, where just on the outer rim of our universe, or actually not our universe because that's pretty far. So the outer rim of our solar system. You wouldn't prefer to just be out there and explore that? You would prefer to be in the ocean?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's why you're in this fucking submarine. So.
Yep.
All right. Well,
I'm not an astronaut.
I think I would prefer, if I had the capability, probably to be in deep space. But I don't know if I could take it. I think psychologically I'd be jacked.
That's kind of where I'm coming from.
Because you're sitting there and you're awake. You're never going to see another human being again.
That's kind of where I'm coming from.
Yeah. So in that sense,
I'm sure you'll see some shit no one's ever seen.
But you're going to probably go crazy before you actually.
Yeah, nothing's even alive. Like there's, at least if I'm at the bottom of the ocean, I could look at a fucking plant or some kind of fish or some kind of animal.
I guess. I don't know. Space seems pretty cool, but yeah.
And the fact that I'm not going to be killed coming back to the surface, Space is like, once you get out there, it's dangerous, but the most dangerous is getting up there and coming back.
Yeah, you're probably never going to come back.
Yeah.
You're going to be out there and you're going to expire out there, so.
That's it.
All right. Well,
I'll take the ocean.
All right. Well, I accept your answer.
Figure it out while I'm here.
Yeah.
All
right. What do you got for me?
Okay.
Lay it on me. Nothing dark, man. That went too dark, too quick.
Yeah, that was
on
bad,
the last one. I didn't realize. I didn't do the research first.
Fuck, man.
I need to research these things before I propose them.
Okay. Well, here's one that's not as light. Maybe it's a little bit weird. I don't know. Let's see. Oh no, here's a good one I got for you. I'm just gonna Okay, would you rather be famous and loved while alive, but forgotten after death? Or live a lonely, unappreciated life, but become famous and loved after death?
Oh, man. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm pretty much living one of those right now.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I think, honestly, right now,
forgotten after death is if you're famous and loved while alive, you're forgotten after death. Or you could just be lonely, unappreciated life and become famous and loved after death.
I mean, it's selfish again, but I'm going to have to go with being appreciated while I'm alive and being appreciated for my art while I'm alive, because I mean, yeah, it's cool. Maybe after you pass away, most artists, they get recognition after they're dead and they get praised for hundreds of years and people appreciate them. But while they're alive, they're suffering, Who was it? Was it Mozart who cut his ear off?
A lot of artists, bro.
A
lot.
So yeah, definitely I would prefer to be here and appreciate the love and appreciation that people would give me for my art. And
well, let me make this point. You say for your art.
Yeah.
But if people loved and appreciated your art while you were alive, how would that stop once you died?
It's probably because I would accept that it's a time thing. It's only while I'm here. Maybe my art doesn't transcend past my death.
And it's just forgotten.
Yeah.
People don't spread it after. Those people don't really love you or care about. I don't know.
There's the stipulations and the fine print on it, but I think being from my perspective, yeah, I would prefer to get the appreciation while I'm here and love while I'm here. What good is it going to do me once I'm passed away? Like, yeah, maybe I'm a spirit or I'm an energy, and like, yeah, oh cool, like people are still fucking jamming on my tracks. Or they're still looking at my art, but in reality, what good is that doing me if I'm gone and I'm have to, I don't know. I'm gonna go with while I'm here, I'd appreciate it, and when I'm gone, fuck it, you don't like my shit anymore, then it is what it is. You guys were being fake and phony, and you forgot about me, but at least while I'm here, I got appreciated.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, you gotta take care of yourself while you're here.
All right. This one applies to you. I think you got a good answer for this one. Would you rather be the funniest person in the classroom or the smartest person at a party? That's kind of an easy one, I think.
Well, fuck, dude. I'm pretty sure that I'm both of those, but I'd rather be the funniest person in the classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to the smartest person at a party.
Yeah, I really don't give a shit to be the smartest person. That just means I'm surrounded by idiots. If I'm the smartest person, I'd choose to have smarter people around me. That's why you're my friend, bro.
Yeah.
And I'd rather be the funniest person.
Yeah.
Just to give someone, the light of day.
So if you're the funniest person in the classroom, you're constantly getting kicked out by the teacher.
Oh yeah, I live that life, buddy.
You're constantly in detention. And
I've been,
doing assignments after class. But if you're the smartest person at a party, you're probably not going to be the most popular person because you're sitting there spitting facts at people who are drunk
or who even gives
are trying to have a good time, and you're just sitting there like correcting their grammar and their punctuation.
Who even gives a shit? Like you're on the clock, and now you got to like do a lecture or teach You're holding church at every time you're trying to relax.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to hold up if you're trying to spit some game and you're like, well, I know this about physics. And then, this drunk person sitting, this drunk girls, they're like, I don't care.
Dude, if I was the smartest person anywhere, I'd be concerned. Like I said, I'm surrounded by idiots.
Then you gotta up your
I'm the smartest guy? Holy shit.
You got to up your environment. You got to change your environment.
Yeah. You got to get new friends.
Yeah. That's a pretty obvious one. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I'll be the funniest guy.
Yeah, because in a classroom, then you're going to make a lot of friends if you're sitting there spitting jokes.
It's true.
Yeah,
a lot of enemies too.
Yeah, well, haters going to hate.
All right. Would you rather find out for certain there's no afterlife, or find out for certain there's no other intelligent life in the universe?
Wow.
So would you rather know for sure that there's no afterlife?
Yeah.
Or know for sure that there's no intelligent life in the universe?
I think that's kind of easy for me. Yeah, I think that's easy. I think I would rather know that there's no intelligent life and prefer to know that there is an afterlife. Is that kind of the phrasing of the question? Or is it a little
Say that again. You'd rather?
I'd rather know that there's an afterlife as opposed to knowing that there is intelligent beings in the universe other than myself, or other than humans. That's what it's asking, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. Because, if there's an afterlife, your entity,
It's pretty much would you rather there be no afterlife or rather there be no intelligent
yeah, I'd rather definitely no intelligent creatures, yeah. Because they're not really interacting with me at the moment, other than, maybe at night when I'm getting taken. But to know that there's no afterlife, that's just a pointless existence, right? It's like after we pass away, that's it. We're done. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years, whatever, that's it. That's all we got? I don't think so.
Well, it would mean see, this one is it is a little bit
tricky,
little staticky because who knows? I mean, right now there's no proof of an afterlife or intelligent life in the universe. Yeah. So if you want to find out for certain,
it's confirmation one that there is an afterlife.
Do you want to find out for certain one or the other?
I would definitely.
Which one would you want to know for sure?
Yeah, afterlife for sure.
You 100%. You would like to know. So you'd rather find out for certain that there's no intelligent life in the universe.
Yeah, because all that means is that we're here in our time frame, and we're just the most. We're the most significant things in existence.
You'd rather that scientists, today or tomorrow, release some shit and they're like, for sure, there's no intelligent life, but we're still doing this afterlife study. There's still hope for that. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty easy one. I think everyone would agree with me on that one. Because, I mean, yeah, that'd be cool to know there is intelligent life, but what if they're assholes? Or what if they're just horrible, evil creatures? That doesn't really do me any justice. All right. I'm going to skip this other one because this one's kind of intense. All right. Would you rather be able to forget any of your own past memories or be able to make other people forget theirs? So you can forget anything that in your past has gone wrong that you want to forget, or you could have the power to make other people forget theirs. So if someone went through something traumatic, you would have the power to sit there and pull that from their memory.
Ooh, damn. Yeah, that's kind of a... When trying to think about it coming from a place of helping people, I could forget the shit that bothers me in my own life, and maybe it would it would make my life a little bit easier or better or something, I would think. But then there's probably people that need to forget shit way more than I do.
Yeah. Because we were talking about decisions and things we regret, and we don't really have too much. We're not sitting in a jail cell. So I think from your standpoint,
I still have shit that I don't like to think
skeletons
about.
In your closet.
I don't like to think of, I don't like to remember. I don't like to. So I could erase those, and then I still have to figure out what to do after that.
Yeah.
But I think that I would rather be able to help people.
Yeah, the power to take something traumatic.
To forget something traumatic. Yeah, that's actually holding them back or really hurting them, Yeah. So I think I would pick make other people forget their shit.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one. I think, yeah. But that's only because in our current situation. I think if we had something crazy traumatic that we were living with every day, then we might want to choose, the first option. But
I mean, I still there's things that I'd like to forget or not think about.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah.
But it's not hindering my current life situation. So yeah, I'd help people. Try to help people.
Humanitarian.
It's about the people. It's about the childrens.
Yeah, we're trying to help, man.
Trying to make leave this place better than we found it.
That's what they said.
So, for you,
lay it on me. Lay it on me. Let me hear it.
This is a good one.
I'm ready.
Okay.
My brain is fired up.
Would you rather never watch TV/movies again? Never watch TV or another movie.
Yeah.
Or oh shit, I'm getting a fucking call from my CIA. Manager.
Yeah.
Damn. I had my phone on silent too. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, fucking
okay, would you rather never watch TV or movies again or have to spend the rest of your life only watching TV and movies? I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know what the fuck that means.
So either I can't watch anything on the television or any movies, or I'd have to be parked in front of a monitor watching nothing but TV and movies all day long. That would be my life. That's kind of an easy one, man.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of an easy one, right? So I'm going to say I'd rather not watch TV and movies. I'd rather, I love television. I love movies. I'm a huge, cinephile. I love movies 100%. But yeah, that sounds like torture to sit there and be parked in front of a TV just 100% all day long, not being able to do anything else other than watching a monitor. So I think that's kind of an easy one, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could spin it. You could spin it
I guess, but what are you going to justify for saying like I miss movies that much that I'd rather just sit there parked? Because what else am I going to do? I mean, that's my only activity.
Or what if like you don't need to do anything else in life?
That's the only
fucking watch TV and movies.
I don't find that gratifying as a life well spent.
Yeah, I know. I think I know people in my family that just that's all they do is watch TV and movies. So
I mean, some people do it now, but I mean, you can't hug a loved one or go out and explore nature or go out
watch a documentary about it, dude. You don't need that.
No, man,
you don't need that shit.
That doesn't seem too gratifying. So I definitely would rather just not have it in my life. I read books. I can read books, and you can hear stories, hear people tell you about what happens.
Take it in.
It is kind of sad though. I mean, yeah, I do love TV. I love movies. So, all right. Well, we're on the topic of death. I guess come up more than once. So, would you rather die happy in 5 years or die unhappy in 50 years?
I'll take that one real quick. I'll die in 5 years happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because 50 years is maybe you're in an unhappy marriage and you're just sitting there and you're getting berated by your wife every day.
Or shit, how long have I been unhappy?
Well, we'll just say 50 years from now. It's
not worth. I mean, for me,
so you have a guaranteed 50 years of life, but they're not going to be happy. You're going to sit there and you're going to hate your life.
No, for me personally, at my least happy that I've been in life, I didn't want to fucking be here anymore. You know what I'm saying? That means I'm unhappy. Let's get this shit over with today.
Yeah.
But
5 years is a good amount of time, I guess, to be happy.
If I could die happy in 5 years, dude, no, not even in 5 years. If I could die happy today, I'm fine.
Oh,
today.
I mean, we don't need to get into that. That's dark.
Is that too deep?
That's a little dark.
That's too deep. No,
dark.
Just fucking
not deep. It's just a little dark. Like, no, you don't need to go today, my guy.
Not today, but I'd be fine. I'd be happier going today, being happy with myself, being satisfied. I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
Than
waiting
50 years and I had got nothing going on.
It's
and
almost
I'm fucking miserable, dude.
Yeah,
I wouldn't let it get that long. I'm telling you, I'd fucking
like a prison sentence.
I'd find a way out before the 50 years.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
I mean, unless I could be happy for 49 years and then just spend that 50th
but see,
year.
There's not really any fine print to these questions. It's either one or the other. So we can say, is there a way to improve over the 50 years your quality of life? But
I'll die happy in 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. I guess happiness is the key to life, right? They say
happiness is the key to existence.
If you have 5 years on this planet of good happiness, then
if you're just a miserable motherfucker, you need to just get out and make room for the rest of us.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Wow.
But yeah, cheers to living happy, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're doing it. We're trying our best. The first round of questions, we apologize. Those got way too dark, way too fast. We were on the wrong website. That's my fault 100%. I should have done some research on those questions. I didn't pre-screen them at all.
Terrible job.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, live and learn, right? So that's something I regret. I'm going to learn from now on. I'm going to do my research.
But the point is,
yeah,
that, some people aren't that happy.
Yeah.
Some people have to live existence, contemplating between having their genitalia mutilated and never seeing their family again.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even have a choice.
You're faced with those questions and you got to Sometimes you don't even have an option to choose. You
And
just
you know,
get stuck with the outcome.
would you rather be beat with your arranged husband?
Yeah.
You know, or beat by your arranged husband?
Yeah.
Or beat by a human trafficker?
Yeah. I don't
Those
know.
situations are
don't
going
know,
on
man.
today.
I went on the wrong website for sure. I wasn't trying to get that dark today,
Jiminy
man.
Jillikers.
I was trying to keep us
twisted.
as shallow as possible.
We're
man.
trying to stay on the surface, bud.
Yeah, it got kind of dark, but I mean, this is real life, man. This is real life topics, and so
These things happen.
I mean, we went there, and we should have had a trigger warning though for a couple of these questions. All right, so we got a couple more coming, or
you tell me. Do we have time?
Well, I don't know. Our producer's saying that we're kind of short on time, but let's go ahead and let's see if you got one more.
Okay, let me see.
We'll do one more question here.
It's actually going to be between these two. Okay,
All
and
right.
this one is actually a good one because I don't really know this one, so maybe we could both fuck around with this one.
Explore
right
on
it. Would you rather tell your friend they're bad at their passion, saving them from embarrassment, but hurting their feelings and your friendship?
Wow.
Or be supportive regardless, letting them humiliate themselves publicly?
Wow.
So I would consider, tell your friend they're bad at their passion, saving them from embarrassment. I would guess that would have to be true. That would have to be truthful, that you actually... that they actually are bad at it.
You're not just being a hater.
Yeah, you're not just being a hater.
Yeah.
You're really trying to be maybe constructive in a way.
Yeah.
And then, or be supportive regardless and let them humiliate themselves publicly. Sometimes you got to let people learn for themselves. So that's kind of a tough one right there. That's probably the toughest one.
That's pretty tough. I think... personally, I would probably be supportive regardless. I mean, there's not really any kind of fine print to it, so I guess I can't throw in any other variables, but I think I would be supportive regardless. I'm going to be honest with someone that I'm close with. I'm going to be honest with them, and give them my best advice, but I'm still going to be a supportive person. And if they're not cut out to be in that field or that creative field or industry, maybe everyone else will laugh at them, but I'm still going to be the supportive person that's there and trying to help them, realize their dream, if that's their dream, regardless if they have talent or not. I think just shooting them down from the start because you realize that they're not good enough or they're going to get hurt, is just kind of sad. So, you can be the honest person and you can sit there and you can say, hey, look, like, you're not good at playing guitar, or you're not good at singing, or you're not good at acting. Like, you're going to just get laughed at. You can be that person and you can be the realist, or you can sit there and you can be the positive, like, supportive person that they probably need. So I'm going to say, I'd be supportive, and regardless of the outcome, like, I would sit there and I would be supportive, even if everyone else was laughing at them. Yeah.
Well, so I guess I would agree. I would agree with you. Initially, so actually I'm going to go the opposite, but I'm going to back up what you chose, is to be supportive regardless. Letting them humiliate themselves. I kind of believe that, like, I can only go so far, and that I can only get so far in this person. And if you have the passion to do something and the drive, you're already doing it. I can only be supportive, but I could see that, there's been times in my life where I'm doing something and I feel like I could use more constructive criticism, or I wish somebody would tell me, like, hey dude, those are bad people you're associating with, or like, that's a stupid idea, right? That I know that sometimes I have, I could have an idea that's crazy or it's out there, and then just watching everyone just go along with it, I'm kind of like, nah, that's not what I wanted. I kind of was hoping that someone would, like, at least shoot me a warning, at least be like, maybe you shouldn't associate with those people. Maybe you shouldn't go so deep into this, maybe something. So I think that I would rather tell a friend that they're bad at something I don't know if I would have to let them down. I would be more constructive. I would, in this sense, it could be something as simple as, I wouldn't just say you're never gonna make it. I would say, you don't have discipline. You don't have enough discipline. I would be like, here's all these guys that are before you. You don't have the discipline that these guys do. Something like that. So in a way, I would try to make that as supportive as possible. And my goal wouldn't be to let them down. But I think I would, just from me wanting someone to, looking back on certain things that I've gone through and being like, how come no one told me not to do that, dude? How come fucking nobody told me not to do that? And I have lots of those that have happened to me in my life. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, I guess my friends just wanted to be supportive regardless. But how come no one told me not to do that shit? And I've had plenty of those, so I'll be that guy, dude.
So I think, yeah, I agree with you. I think it's nice to have an opposing view to that, to have someone to kind of give you a reality check. But what I'm thinking at the same time is, who am I to sit there and tell someone that they're not going to make it or that they're going to get laughed at? I think support is generally one of the things that people need in order to make it, So if you have the support of your friends and your loved ones and they're backing you 100%, even if the majority of what's going on in the entertainment industry is not supportive of that, I think just having your friends and the people that care about you supporting you, you're going to get that drive, you're going to get the motivation, and you're going to want to sit there and you're going to want to work even harder because you have the backing of people who care about you. They're telling you. But 100%, yeah, like, you don't want to lie. I'm not saying I'm going to lie to someone and tell them, oh, you're so talented and you're so good at this. And I'm not going to inflate their ego just because I want to be a good person. I don't think so. But I'm going to sit there and I'm going to support someone regardless. If they have the drive and the motivation to sit there and do something that they're passionate about, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to try to support them 100%, give them the energy that they need to push through, so that's kind of a hard one. Yeah. But
I feel like it's supportive both ways. Yeah. Like I would tell someone, if they were bad, I mean, like you said, who the fuck am I to even say that? That's one thing that I wouldn't be able to hold myself over anybody in that sense. But literally, like, you're saving them from embarrassment. It says, tell your friend that they're bad at their passion, saving them from embarrassment. To me, I'll do that. But it's coming from support and it's coming from a constructive place. And it's not just leaving it at that. It's not just hey, you suck, stop playing guitar. Yeah. Hey, you suck, don't try to sing anymore. Hey, you fucking suck at painting. There's people way better than you. It would just be, hey, are you sure you're ready for that? Are you sure you're ready for this? Are you sure that, or like, I don't know. I'll be the guy. Like I said, I feel like coming from just being supportive, for me personally, it means a lot to have my friends and family and people to support me, but it shouldn't mean anything at the end of the day. It should just be for yourself, and it should just be what makes you feel good. And as long as my friend feels good about what they're doing, then they shouldn't mind that I tell them that they suck. Yeah. If you feel good about it, I'm going to tell you that you suck. It might even inspire you more. It might be even more constructive than if I just supported you. If I just supported what you were doing and we all knew it sucked, and I was just like, good job, Mike. That's a great painting, bud. Yeah. Like, you're just gonna continue with it, and you'll gain. Eventually, somebody's gonna fucking tell you suck. Yeah. Eventually, once you stick with it and you keep doing it, you're gonna get a hater or two, or someone that's gonna comment on your shit, or fucking someone's gonna see you in person. I don't know. Someone's gonna tell you suck. So like, eventually, you're gonna have to hear it. So yeah, why not from one of your boys? And I'll risk it, because I hope that if you stick with it, we might not be friends anymore, but then eventually it's going to stick with you, and you'll be like, you know what? Maybe this guy is a fucking asshole, but he kind of had a point that I don't see until later. I don't know. Yeah. So I agree with you. It's a 50-50, and we can't really add too much to the fine print on the answers there. So I guess you're on the one side, I'm on the other side. I couldn't I couldn't tell somebody. I couldn't pick the first one. I couldn't tell someone that they're bad at something.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I would have to find some way to do it to make it supportive. And I would be supportive regardless in every way, and just be supportive and be like, it's not my place. I can't say anything. There's nothing I could say. But I don't agree with that. I don't like that about myself. I don't like that about myself that I would have to just agree regardless. I would want to and wish that there was some way that I could help them out, or just put my input, maybe that this guy would respect my input in some way.
But the phrasing of the question is a little bit, either one way or the other way.
Yeah, tell your friend they're bad at their passion, saving them from embarrassment, but hurting their feelings and your friendship.
That's assuming that they're guaranteed to be embarrassed.
You're saving them. You're saving them from embarrassment.
So,
but also, come on, I feel like you need that too, which is the same as being supportive and letting them humiliate themselves.
Even people nowadays who are really successful comedians, stand-up comedians, I'm sure Kevin Hart had days where he was laughed at. Like people who are really successful now probably had days where they had
if they were laughing at him, he was doing the right thing.
Well, no, you know what I'm saying? Like not in a positive way, in the way that they intended, but they're getting, booed off the stage, or they're getting, told their material sucks. So, it could go either way, but I agree with you in that way, I guess, if we go into the fine print. But yeah, man, I mean, all right. So, I mean, we kind of went into it in terms of, life is about choices, right?
That was the best one right there, the last one.
That was a good one. So life is about choices, and it's all about, you have to live with your choices. And it's really about when you come to age and you start wisening up and you become older, and you realize that, every single choice you make in life has a repercussion to it. And, even if the smallest choice, there's going to be, you're going to have to answer to your choices. So, regardless if it's about, your genital mutilation or it's something really light, like going into space or going into the deep sea. We're proposed with millions of choices, throughout our lifetime, and we got to make choices and hope that we make the right ones. And it's unfortunate that certain people have to live with their poor choices. They acted impulsively, and now they're in, prison, or, they've done things out of anger or rage or, sadness, and they're stuck living with those choices. So, I don't know. Hopefully someone out there listens to this and they, kind of take that for penny for a thought, and, they kind of just think about their choices and, act a little bit more consciously, a little bit more wise, and, kind of just use your brain.
Yeah,
I think, right? So
every decision is just that, and you'll make a bad one all the time, but as long as you learn from it and you grow from your mistakes, it's okay to fail. It's okay to make the wrong choice. That's it, man. You'll live to make another choice another day.
Yeah.
As long as it's there,
Yeah.
So
have another day to live, and
I appreciate it.
So that's good, man. I mean, we went a little bit deeper than I wanted to, and again, I do apologize for going so dark with these some of these questions. I didn't research them, but I'm going to learn from that experience.
Hey, you know what, bro? I support you regardless, and I'll let you humiliate yourself.
There you go. I just did that, and I'm just a living example of that. So
fucking A.
Yeah, but we hope you guys enjoyed our little would you rather quiz here, and I guess that's about as deep as we'll go. We didn't go too shallow.
No, maybe next time we'll write them ourselves so we don't get entrapped in any kind of.
I don't know if we're gonna get in trouble for some of these, but yeah. Anything else you got?
Time to go.
Final words.
Get back to work, baby.
Well, I mean, we got to go and repair some of these.
Get that Gorilla Tape ready.
Some of these leaking pipes, and some of these gauges are going off the charts here.
We got a job to do.
We're heading north, and you guys stay safe and take care. Till next time, this has been Mike and Tim.
Tim and Mike.
On Submarine Talks Going Deep. Take care.